Darren.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Shelly Speaks Truth right here on TooRawForTV.tv. I am your host, Shelly. If you are here for the first time, welcome, and thank you very much for being here. If you're returning, welcome back, and thank you very much for being here. Now, what we do around here is we usually stream from a few other platforms, which is normally YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, sometimes TikTok, the usual suspects. But that is only for a portion of the show. And if you would like to see the entirety of the show, you will have to come over to 2rawfortv.tv. That is number 2, raw, the number 4, tv.tv. Again, that is the number 2, raw, the number 4, tv.tv. And that is where you will see the entire show until the end. So once those other platforms are turned off, please transition on over to 2rawfortv.tv and join us for the remainder of the show. I also just want to, quickly go over some housekeeping. As I've stated in other broadcasts, this is a growing network, an emerging network, and your generous support is greatly appreciated. Now, those of you who are already subscribed to 2rawfortv.tv, we would like to thank you for your contributions. But I'm inviting anyone who would like to go ahead and get a paid subscription to please go over to 2rawfortv and check out the paid subscription options. They are very, very affordable, and that will greatly help out with the growth of the network. So again, you can go over to 2rawfortv.tv, check out the paid subscriptions, and I greatly encourage you all to please get one to help the network continue to grow. And with that being said, I want to go ahead and before we get into tonight's main topic, I just want to send some words of encouragement to people who are going through right now. It's my understanding that the Supreme Court put a halt on releasing SNAP benefits. That's the last update that I had on it. And it is coming close to the holiday season, and Thanksgiving is a time of the year where families do like to get together and, have a meal together and just spend that quality time together. Now, there are some people that, don't really support the holidays, and that's understandable as well. But for people that, that may be the one time of the year where they're able to get with all of their family members and spend time together, I do think for that reason alone, people find that Thanksgiving to be a valuable holiday. So, right now, if we could all just come together and give what we can to those in need, I think that will do a great service to people who are, going through this difficult time right now. And I would like to encourage everyone, if you have something extra to give, please give to someone less fortunate than you. You never know how your contribution could make a big difference in someone's life. And that's pretty much what I would like to say about that. But tonight we will be discussing, this growing conversation around AI and what that looks like when it comes to America's workforce. There has been lots of conversations that I've seen circulating online about how AI is set to replace a lot of humans in the workforce, which I believe will be economically devastating to a lot of people. When I first became privy to AI, I immediately saw the dangers in it. And I do realize that nothing stays the same. Things do change and evolve over time. But I just feel like AI, while it can be beneficial and we all use it to some extent, when it comes to AI really interfering in human activity, that has always been the issue that I have had with AI. I said from the very beginning that I feel like human activity needs to be left to the humans. We do not need artificial intelligence trying to pretend to be humans, because humans are unique. And obviously humans are here on this planet for a reason. But before we get into some of the clips that I would like to show, I was very surprised when I became aware of some of the jobs that AI was actually already replacing. I'm like, wow, right up underneath our noses, AI is already taking jobs away from people. So I could only imagine what that's going to look like years down the line. So I just want to read down a list of jobs that they're saying that AI is already replacing people with in the job market. And like I said, some of these jobs, it came as somewhat of a surprise to me. But first on the list is data entry clerks. And data entry, that's basically entering information into systems and things like that. Basic customer service reps. So customer service, I want to say even 20 years ago when I got my first customer service job. No, before that, it's probably been 20 plus years ago. Anybody who's from Miami, you know that PRC used to be the big customer service job place that everyone would go to get a customer service job. And that place employed hundreds and thousands of people. So for AI to come in and start replacing just within that sector, we have to be talking about hundreds of thousands of jobs that people can no longer do because they're bringing in AI to do customer service, which is already kind of frustrating enough dealing with some certain customer service reps. So to be speaking to artificial intelligence, I don't. That's not something I particularly would like to do. Bad enough when it comes to things like customer service. With the fair trade agreements and things like that, a lot of those jobs left the country and went overseas anyway. That was what initially ended up shutting down big customer service companies like PRC and things like that. The customer service jobs were going overseas so, companies could save money by not having to employ American workers, which was ridiculous enough within itself. But now to take those jobs from humans altogether is just completely insane. So the next one on the list is telemarketers and cold callers. Another job that I had, 20 plus years ago. When you're getting into the job market, those are like the entry level jobs that you'll mostly get into: customer service, telemarketing, phone sales, that sort of thing. So to see that AI is already taking those jobs away from people, again, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of jobs nationwide that are going to freaking robots instead of a human being that actually needs the money in order to sustain themselves. So again, that's just another one that was kind of surprising to me. But when I think about it, and you all probably get these same phone calls as well, the AI kind of sounds like a human, but then you're not talking to a human because it's a recording playing, but they try to humanize the voice as much as they can. So again, it's just completely ridiculous the amount of jobs that are being taken by machines, because ultimately that's what it is. The next one on the list is basic content writers. So they're talking about like 1,000 word blog posts and things like that. These are all jobs that human beings can do and were doing, but are being replaced by artificial intelligence. The next one was really crazy to me, which was paralegal research and document review. I don't know. I mean, I guess they can program AI over time to thoroughly review those documents. But me personally, I just prefer to have a human doing certain jobs. And I would think paralegal would be one of those jobs. But again, you know, these jobs are quickly being replaced. And again, thousands and thousands and upon thousands of people are losing their jobs to AI. Now, this next one was ridiculous as well to me. Radiologists, which was just like initial image reads and things like that. Again, I don't really feel particularly comfortable with AI doing any type of radiology work. They also have assembly line quality inspectors, travel agents, tax preparers, cashiers. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. This is several jobs that human beings could be doing that are being replaced by AI, which I find to just be completely egregious when you think about the amount of people that are going to be out of a job because they got replaced by a machine. I mean, just thinking about it is crazy to me. But anyway, with that being said, I believe it was Elon Musk that sat down with Joe Rogan and he had a conversation about AI. And I'm going to go ahead and run that clip because in that clip, he started talking about something again that was kind of mind-boggling to me, but it's just a testament to what the world is becoming. So we're going to go ahead and roll that clip and I'll come back on the other side.
With with some radios to obviously connect to, but essentially you'll have AI on the server side communicating to an AI on your device, formerly known as a phone, and generating real-time video of anything that you could possibly want. And I think that there won't be operating systems, there won't be apps. In the future, there won't be operating systems or apps. It'll just be, you've got a device that is there for the screen and audio and for and to put as much AI on the device as possible, so as to minimize the amount of bandwidth that's needed between your edge node device, formerly known as a phone, and the servers.
So if there's no apps, what will people use? Like, will X still exist? Will there be email platforms, or will you get everything through AI?
You'll get everything through AI.
Everything through AI. What will be the benefit of that, as opposed to having individual apps?
Whatever you can think of, or really whatever the AI can anticipate you might want, it'll show you. That's my prediction for where things end up.
And what kind of time frame are we talking about here?
I don't know. It's probably 5 or 6 years, something like that.
So 5 or 6 years, apps are like Blockbuster Video.
Pretty much.
And everything's run through AI.
Yeah, and there'll be most of what people consume in 5 or 6 years, maybe sooner than that, will be just AI generated content. So music, videos, there's already there's people have made AI videos using Grok Imagine and using other apps as well, that are several minutes long, or like 10, 15 minutes, and it's pretty coherent.
Yeah.
It looks good.
No, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
The music's disturbing because it's my favorite music now. Like
AI music is your favorite.
Oh, there's AI covers. Have you ever heard any of the
Okay, so you heard Elon, the
Spoonful
alien,
of honey with
sitting
cinnamon
down
before bed
with Joe
equals
Rogan,
0.
talking about how within 5 to 6 years, they're pretty much planning for apps to be obsolete. So think about the number of people who are app developers that are going to be put out of business by what these people are planning to do. Like I said, when I first heard of all this AI technology, I was heavily opposed to it. People were like, oh, I mean, it's good. It's going to be good for us. It's going to be good. And I'm like, yeah, you say that until AI takes over and renders you useless. And I mean, there's only so many AI programming jobs that they'll be able to give people. Because some people are like, well, I mean, there'll be jobs help, maintaining AI and programming AI. And yeah, but how many of those jobs is going to be available? They're not going to be able to employ hundreds of millions of people maintaining and developing AI. They won't need that many people to do it. And like he said, apps will be like Blockbuster Video in 5 to 6 years. Now, I mean, I guess there's a way to kind of combat this. I mean, if people don't engage in it, what will they do? If people decide that, hey, we don't want this AI technology to this extent, we still are going to use apps. And I guess that could be one way to circumvent some of this. But then the issue with a lot of people is that they're just so, enchanted by the newest technology that even for us to get up to this point now, it's like people didn't realize the damage they were causing themselves by just wanting to be privy to the newest technology. And everything should have its limits. I'm not saying that technology is a bad thing, because it's not. But technology to that magnitude, I just don't see how it's beneficial to us as human beings. Because again, these people, the Elon Musk of the world and others, Mark Zuckerberg sat down and had a interview as well, where he was talking about how, they're fusing a lot of AI technology into Meta right now. So again, you'll have another bundle of people who will be losing their jobs and being replaced by AI. So like I said, with all of this that is going on now, I feel like I was justified in kind of, saying to people like, hey, this AI technology, it could have its advantages, but ultimately I feel like it's going to be a very big disadvantage to us as human beings, because if we are not doing, majority of the people in this country are working class people. We're not all Bill Gates, Elon Musk, what's the other one? Mark Zuckerberg and others. We don't live that life. The people that's creating this stuff and incorporating this technology into their companies, they're going to be okay. But what about the day-to-day person that's going to lose their livelihood because they've been replaced by some type of AI, computer or whatever the case may be? So again, I just don't. This is something that I personally just don't want to see happen, honestly. And that's why I've been so vocally against it. Because again, it is a threat to us as human beings. I just read you all an entire list of occupations that have already been replaced by AI. 20 years ago. These were jobs that human beings were in high demand for. And now human beings have been basically rendered useless in those areas that I just read off to you. So I don't know how much of this technology we're going to be willing to accept now that we're seeing that our very livelihoods are pretty much on the chopping block, because they'll just say, hey, I can get an AI to do your job. You're really not needed. I really want to know what you guys think about this. You can go ahead and call in. The phone lines are open. 470-666-2194. Again, 470-666-2194. The phone lines are open. I would like to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that this AI takeover, because that's pretty much what it is, do you all feel that this is something that people can benefit from? Or do you think that this is going to greatly put people's livelihoods in danger? Again, the phone lines are open, 470-666-2194. I am going to move on to our next clip.
Kill social media. I only have one clip. You only sent me one clip.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I could have swore I sent.
Yeah, when you what's it called? You want to like go to like take a break or something, or because you only sent one. I heard you mention something like that earlier, and I was like, what is she talking about?
No, it's fine. I could have swore I sent that clip, but maybe I had it queued up or something and then just forgot to click send.
Kill social media though.
Huh?
Social media.
Oh, okay. So I guess we're still running on the social media platforms, but we're going to be ending the social media platform. So again, you guys can come over to 2raw4tv.tv. Again, that is the number 2, raw, the number 4, tv.tv, where you will be able to see the remainder of the show. Now, in the clip that I thought I sent over, it was another clip of Elon Musk. And basically in that clip, he was, Joe Rogan asked him pretty much, if all these jobs are being taken away from the American people, and I would imagine that this would